Of all the ways a game could end, this one was new. Daniel Carlson earlier in the fourth quarter, missing his third field goal of the game. This one at his distance of 58 yards, a little left, a little short. So Kansas City keeps the lead. They would, however, give the Raiders another chance. Aiden O'Connell would lead the team down the field into field goal range. 15 seconds remaining, and the ball snapped. Looking to maybe run one more play to get Carlson a bit closer for a potential game winner. But the rookie center Jackson Powers Johnson snaps the ball on no one's count. KC recovers, and they get away with another one. The Chiefs, a winner, 19-17 in one of the weirdest finishes you're going to see, but that seems like something we say daily this time of year. Kansas City, now 11-1, officially clinching a playoff spot, a 7th consecutive 11 or better win season. But this one ends in the wildest of way. KC keeps getting away with it. In studio, Joe Musso alongside Emory Hunt. Ryan Wilson joining the conversation. I don't know, guys. I mean, just when you think Kansas City has gotten away with everything they can this year to be the record they are right now, we see this. Take me through what you're thinking when that ball gets snapped, Emory.
Instantly, I thought false start, no play. The Raiders get second life, and because the clock will stop, no 10-second runoff, Raiders avoid a catastrophe. And then we saw the play call, and we saw the replay of the guard tapping the center and saying, hey, he's ready for the ball. And then you're like, oh, man, it wasn't false start. You called illegal shift. They confirmed that, and then we saw the game was over, and you saw Antonio Pierce's face. Once he realized what was about to happen, he was like, oh, shoot, this is over. This is a wrap. So you had all the emotions for the Raiders in that play and also for the Chiefs as well.
After O'Connell had just driven his team from the shadows of their own end zone into field goal range for a potential chance for David Carlson, to do exactly what he hadn't been able to do all season. So who's to say that the kick even goes through, but you got to give your guy a chance. Ryan, this is a rookie center in one of the toughest places to play in the NFL. I know we don't know why, but what did you see there in that final mistake from Las Vegas?
This is how you end up with the record that you have at 2-10 if you're the Raiders. They outplayed the Chiefs for much of this game, but some not-so-fun facts if you're a Raiders fan. They've now lost 8 straight. They lead the league in turnovers and giveaways and in turnover differential. And that is last in the league, all 3 categories. The last time that happened, 2017. When the Cleveland Browns did it, the Cleveland Browns went 0-4 that year. So we're sort of seeing that thing here. By the way, this is 12 games we played. 12 times the Raiders have been down double digits, including this game. They were down 13 points in the second half. On the other side, though, we talked about the Chiefs and how they just find ways to win football games. I don't want to say this isn't sustainable because I say that every November, December, the last few years for the Chiefs, and the Chiefs just go on to win the Super Bowl. But there are real concerns injury-wise. And let's start with the offensive line because Wanya Morris got benched. He had some knee issues coming in. They had to kick left guard Joe Tooney out the left tackle. And that ain't sustainable either. So they have to figure some things out. They should have lost this game. They could have lost last week to the Panthers. They could have lost the previous week to the Broncos when they missed that field goal Denver did at the end of that game. So they're living on a razor's edge. And again, I don't know if you want to keep doing this as we get into January.
I apologize for attributing the wrong Carlson there. It is, in fact, Daniel, who was 3 misses on this day, leaving 9 points on the field. And as Ryan said, outplaying the Chiefs here did Las Vegas. So you look at Kansas City right now, Emory, and they're going to be a player in the postseason, could possibly run through Kansas City once again. You're looking ahead at the Chargers, the Browns, the Steelers, and the Broncos. Do you need to see a multi-possession victory to feel good, to feel the way you need to about this team come postseason time?
A dominating victory, not a victory where we talk about how they won this game after that victory. So, and what was concerning to me in this ball game, they need to find a consistent pass rush opposite of Chris Jones, because they can't find that. Karlaftis is a good player, but he has to show up consistently week in, week out, and there's no depth behind the Raiders in terms of rushing the passer. Also, 46 pass attempts for Patrick Mahomes. I know he's Patrick Mahomes, but they have to find a run game. 14 carries by running backs in this ball game. It's good you get Pacheco back. Maybe that increases moving forward. I like the combination, perhaps him and Hunt running the football in the backfield. You got weapons at receiver. You got weapons at tight end. But obviously pass pro is an issue. But defensively, can you get stops? Because Aiden O'Connell went right through that field like Sherman did through Atlanta. and got them in position to, perhaps win this ball game. But defensive line, in terms of pass rush, is going to be crucial, especially with the quarterbacks you're going to face in the postseason.
Kansas City now the most wins by 7 or fewer points through 12 games in NFL history. 9 of their 11 victories coming by 7 or fewer points, including this one. And we always say situationally, they're going to do what needs to be done. This wasn't that. This was a team gift-wrapping a win with an issue at the end of game. Ryan, when you look at Kansas City and some of the things that have plagued them, we talked about the tackle play on offense. You talk about defensively. This is Aiden O'Connell. With all due respect, this is a defense that's supposed to be leading the charge for Kansas City. Off of what Emory's saying, where'd you see the weakness from the defense? Where are they being exploited right now?
Oh, the run D. Sincere McCormick off the practice squad was acting like he was Adrian Peterson in 2007. And this run defense has been really good this year, and the Raiders' run offense has been absolute, dog doo-doo since it's a family show. It has not been great, and it didn't look like it to watch them play. And Emory talked about the edge rush. You have Chris Jones, who can line up anywhere. Karlaftis made a couple big plays here. They traded for Josh Uche just before the trade deadline. He hasn't quite gotten involved yet. They got Charles Omenihu back, who had 5 sacks last year and 2 forced fumbles. He's coming off the ACL. So those guys, again, need to get healthy. And, Joe, you talked about the 9 one-score wins being a record. If you look at it from the other perspective, that means twice they've had double-digit wins, or at least wins by more than 8 points. And when you compare that to 2 other teams in that conference that we have to be concerned about for Kansas City, the Bills have done it 6 times. And the Ravens have done it 3 times. And the Ravens are 8-4 and lost in Week 1 to Kansas City. So the Browns are on the schedule. You could beat the Steelers by 8+ points. But you need to be convincing as we go down the stretch here, because I think this is the year, if you're going to mess around, where the Bills aren't going to be afraid to come in to what was formerly called Arrowhead and take it to the Chiefs like they did in Week 11.
Yeah, looking at the comprehensive makeup of these teams. You got a Ravens team. It's got some questions on the defensive side. You got a Bills team looking pretty complete behind their quarterback right now. In Kansas City, whatever they are winners again here, an 11th in the wildest of ways here against the Las Vegas Raiders. Gentlemen, thank you so much for the insight following another wild finish. I mean, Kansas City going for a 3rd consecutive title, trying to do something that no one's ever been done before, and we are seeing wins in ways they have not come before for this franchise. Patrick Mahomes, your greatest common denominator, now the most career passing touchdowns in Chiefs history, also collects his 2nd 300-plus passing yard performance of the season on a Friday, Black Friday, against the Black and Silver.